Okay, so I want to start again with talking about how to make um, an outline. So now you've done some research. So far I've done some research. I found 5 articles. I have also read through the articles and highlighted anything I thought might be important that I would want to include in my essay. All right, so now I want to create an online, I'm going to go ahead and use the Word Online to go ahead and do this. I've already opened my OneDrive, and if I go to my OneDrive, you'll see I had that Gale Academic 1 file. I went ahead and only kept the recent ones. I want to put all the previous articles in its own folder, keep things. But I've gone through my files, and I've highlighted just facts that I want to use. I highlighted just information that I thought was interesting that I would be able to use in my own outline, in my own essay. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to Open Word, new blank document. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead right now and change everything to Times New Roman 12-point font. The reason I'm gonna do that, you want everything to be in the same font. Nothing looks tackier than someone copying and pasting some of their stuff from their research, putting it in there. It's all correctly done with, it has its quotation marks and it has an in-text citation, and then it's in Calibri or Arial or some other font, and it just really sticks out when the rest of the essay is in Times New Roman. So I just convert everything to Times New Roman as I go. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and start with our normal heading. Notice I'm not putting this in the header. Some of you guys have been putting, like, tapping up here and going into the header, or you go to view, header, footer, okay, and y'all are typing it here. That's not where it goes, okay, so don't type it there. It's not where it goes. It should only be on the first page. If that shows up on the second page, then you've done it wrong, okay? So first name, last name, professor's name, class name, and date. I'm gonna go ahead and do today's date. Remember, it's date, the day, the month, and the year. Okay. And I'm gonna press enter just one more time. And I'm going to go ahead and center it. I'm not changing the font. That's something else a lot of you guys have been doing. You're changing the font or changing the font size or putting it bold. Just keep it as is. And I'm gonna just name this report outline. Okay. So you can go ahead and do the same with yours. Again, I'm not making it bigger, I'm not making it bolder, I'm not changing the font, I'm just keeping it there. A couple of times I've seen some people accidentally go ahead and do everything centered from there on. We don't need it centered. Okay, we're gonna go back to the left, align left. Okay, I've only pressed enter once between everything. That's okay, it doesn't need to have those extra lines. All right, so I'm gonna do an outline, and I'm gonna use the old-fashioned Roman numerals for my outline. So I just chose that. So I went to my numbering and I chose the first numbering library thing that has the Roman numerals. Okay. So for each one of these Roman numerals, it's going to be a paragraph. So my first one is going to be my intro paragraph. Okay. Inside, and what you do is you press the tab button to go over one, or if you want to do that, there are these two buttons up here. It says decrease indent, increase indent. If you click that, it'll also tab over. It also is like good when you're like, oh, I need to go back forth. So just press these and don't press like backspace. If I press backspace, it disappears and now I don't have it. So I have to go all the way back here. So again, I just press enter from here and press the tab button or the indent buttons up here to go up. Okay, so first thing that's in my intro paragraph is going to be something to hook the reader. Okay, then I might have a bridge sentence. This is going to be our optional sentence. It's just a transition sentence. So that, say I just do something really outlandish for my hook, and I might need a sentence between the two, between my hook and my thesis, so that it doesn't just jump. Okay. So you just have to write your hook, write your thesis, and then say, okay, is there something I need to write between to help them connect? Right. Oops. Usually if you press enter twice, it goes to the next thing. So I'm just going to press enter, I'm going to go back over here. It says decrease indent, and that'll bring me to Roman numeral 2. Okay, so again, I press the decrease indent up here. Okay, so then this is going to be my first paragraph. This is body paragraph 1. And this generally, when I'm doing a report, this is going to be background. It's pretty general for everybody. It's going to be background information. Okay, so for example, my topic is going to be the Black Death and the plague, how the plague affects us today. Well, first I need to tell people what is the plague, and what important information I need to have. Okay, and then my second body paragraph is going to be the first point I want to make, and that's going to be, I usually put like a question: how does previous plagues, how does the plague affect us today? And my fourth one is going to be body paragraph 3. We're only doing 5 paragraphs. How will the plague affect us in the future? Okay, and then my last paragraph is going to be my conclusion. All right, so inside my body paragraphs, there's a certain format that you want. I'm going to go back up to your body paragraph 1, and I'm going to press enter and then tab so I can come over. Okay, my first sentence is going to be my main idea / topic sentence. So I might have something, and we're going to insert this kind of stuff as we go. I'm going to have something: before we can truly understand how the plague, the Black Death affects us today, we must first know how it affected our past. Okay, so that's my topic sentence. I'm going to talk about background information, so I gave like an introduction right here. This will be my sentence. Now, when I go to when I'll show you guys later how to take all this, you're basically going to write your essay in here and then take out the bits and pieces, and you have your essay. But this helps you ensure that you have all the pieces you're supposed to have. The second part of my body paragraph is going to be the evidence. Okay, that I'm going to get actually from my research. So like if I open up this right here, this has information like, oh, it came from the Bronze Age, something like that. Or I'll look through. When I go through and do my research cards, I'll be able to decide what goes there. So, like here's a general one. I'm like, oh, okay. Eventually, I'm probably going to do this. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to have, probably for my hook, I'm probably going to get really like gross and get like vivid like description of the, I'm probably going to do like a descriptive hook, where I talk about how like nasty and like describe like what a person goes through when they're going through like the bubonic plague. Okay, so the evidence is going to be the second part, and I'll show you guys later where that's going to come from. But you already, once you've done your like research and highlighted stuff, you have what's going to go there already. You just have to decide what's going to go there. Okay, then this is going to be my, I don't want to do that. This is going to be my analysis. Okay, and I'm going to explain to my reader, like here in analysis, this is where like my opinion comes in on like how I think it really affected us, or like, or why it was so horrible, or, speculate, it's more like, this is my opinion. It's not necessarily facts. I'm not going to, where evidence is going to be your fact. This is my research. Analysis explanation is going to be your opinion on it. Okay. The last part, because I want essays are better if there are transition sentences between paragraphs. This is going to be okay. The link is going to be my transition sentence to the next paragraph. Okay, so this will be able to this will help us out. Because what's going to happen, so my next, especially doing the outline, I know what my next paragraph is going to be about, is how it affects us today, right? And so I can probably write it right now, although the bubonic, let's see, did I spell it right? Plague, I don't need this comma here. Although the bubonic plague decimated many, or let's see, the bubonic plague was death incarnate for, and I think death should be capitalized here because I'm referring to like death like it's an entity, death incarnate for our ancestors. It has not totally disappeared. Okay. Right, then so that's my little body paragraph. And my other two body paragraphs are going to be set up in the same way. Main idea / topic sentence. Evidence, which I'll insert later after I do my research. And then analysis, explanation. Okay. Which again, I'll do later. I can't do that without evidence. And then again, another linked sentence. Okay. And it's going to link these two paragraphs together. The more like cohesion you have in your essay, the much better it's going to sound. All right, then last body paragraph again. You know what? I can just copy and paste this. Let me copy this. Oop. Copy. I'll just paste it here. Bam. All right. Okay, so, and again, I can go in right now and I can do another main idea sentence. It's not totally just disappeared. What would surprise everyday people is that the bubonic plague is still haunting humanity. Okay, so that's kind of like what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to say, like, you know, my evidence is going to be like how it's haunting humanity. Okay, sometimes if I need to, I can have extra evidence, and then part of my explanation can be connecting it. But I'm going to show you if I do have evidence twice. I don't want both of them to be. I definitely don't want both of them to be you know, the same. All right. Like I don't want them to be both direct quotes or something like that, unless it's needed. All right. Then an analysis, explanation, and my link sentence. Okay. Again, my link sentence is going to link, you know, that affects us today and then affects us in the future. So I can say, so right now, in the United States, the idea of a plague is all too real. But the coronavirus has nothing on the bubonic plague. Okay, and the damage it can do. And so in here, I'll give information. So a lot of these I can fill in as I go once I know what I want my stuff to be. For my conclusion paragraph, I might end with like kind of like overview of what I've proven. I can also end with another description, so like a clincher. Your clincher could be, and I usually make it my very last thing, but kind of like reinforce what you talked about and the point you made on in your essay. Okay, so that can go there, and then from there we kind of like this clincher. So You want to start strong and end strong. So I could again do another description of, instead of this time, instead of like maybe in the front, the first one, I can talk about like you know, victims. I might describe the plague and its devastation. But what I don't say in the first one is I could come back to completing that description. Complete the description in the hook with, to let the reader know I'm describing the future. Okay. Oops. So that would be my outline. Okay. Once you have this, so right now all you need to do is, this is the main things I want you to fill out. Yeah, I want you to just have an idea of what's going to go in your paragraph. I want to see these hook, bridge, thesis, things like that. Can you go ahead? We want to go ahead and do a working thesis. So what do I want to point? Oops, I misspelled devastation. So my point, at least this is my working thesis. Once I get everything in there, I'm like, oh, I didn't really prove that. Let me fix that. Anytime we want, or no, a plague on your house, he was a plague to humanity. You know what, never mind. I'm kind of going somewhere where I was like, you know, talking about how we use plague. Many people think that the Black Death or bubonic plague has disappeared from real life and only exists in history books. Yet the plague is here to stay and never really went anywhere. Never really left us. We must arm ourselves with knowledge to perhaps prevent another Dark Ages. All right, so that would be my thesis, and it doesn't have to be one sentence. I know a lot of people think I might change it as I'm going along, like, that's not what I want. Okay, so that would be what I basically want you guys to do. So I would definitely want you just maybe kind of like, what are you going to put in the hook? What are you going to do in the thesis? Any background information, like, so know that this can be your background information. I do want you to go ahead and set up this where you have like main idea, evidence, analysis, link, so you can fill it in later. Same thing, tell me what that second body paragraph is going to be about. And again, if you've come to find out, and this is, you can't really start doing this until you've read through and like highlighted some of the information you need, because how do I know what I'm going to talk about if I don't have my evidence ready with what I'm going to talk about, right? So like, here's my one about 2 people getting the plague in China, right? And so I need that information for my essays. And so reading through these and kind of at least skimming and finding good information, that gave me the idea of what's going to actually go and I'm going to be able to use in my essay. So here's my report outline so far. I want you to try to get as far as you can. At least get where you have each of the pieces, intro, paragraph, hook, bridge, thesis, at least where you have the labels. Try to make sure you have at least your thesis. And again, if you change it later, that's okay. Just because you turn the outline in doesn't mean you can't change it. I want you to at least have your thesis. I want you to at least have what's going to go in each paragraph. What's that paragraph going to be about? So the topic of each paragraph. Okay, you'll need to have that. And for yourself and your own, okay, you'll need to have these, you'll need to have like, I want you to have these spaces here ready to insert information. So I want you to have main idea. Let me press this. We'll just, I want to have main idea and the evidence analysis. What did I just do? Okay. Main idea, evidence analysis, in each one of them. Okay, in each body paragraph, again, ready to be entered later. Okay, so make sure you have all these labels. And so like all you have to do later is fill them in. Okay. And you'll do this for your own topic, whatever topic you decided on. Again, you'll do this after you've done you found your resources and you've looked through them, because otherwise, like, I don't know, how am I supposed to know what to put there, right? Well, not until you need more information about it. Now, if you pick something you know already about, then you might be able to do this first, but you're going to have to, when we get to the evidence part, you're going to have to get that from your essays. Okay. I need to, so you'll need your second, okay, whatever your third point's going to be. Okay, and then again, main idea, evidence, there has to be a shortcut for highlighting, analysis, this one, needs you to click twice, and then link. Okay, and the link here is actually going to help you link sentence. Now, if you can start filling in parts, like you want to try your hat at it, that's fine. But I definitely want you to have your thesis, I want you to have the rest of the setup. I want you to have the topic for each one, and I want you to have these ready to insert just to see that you've done it. And then later on, after we've done our research cards, I'm going to show you guys how to take that information, put it in here, and then change this into an essay. So this will help organize your research, and then it'll help make sure that like everything's good to go. Okay, and you have everything you need. So again, each one of those will be with its own paragraph. So anyway, that is creating your own report outline. I will put the example of this on there for you guys so you can see it. My example, I don't know why I highlighted that. And you'll be able to see. So you definitely have to have all the highlight parts. I at least want you don't have to write it, you don't have to fill it in, but it's the only one you have to fill in completely is thesis and then your topics. Okay. So, and then you'll just, like, once you at least have these things, you'll go ahead and turn it into me. All right. So that'll be all. Make sure you give me a message if you have any questions.